Whose child was the drowning? So I'm being told it's a child. Do you understand it? Huh? Perfect. So it's their way of saying that there's a child coming through, and I can feel the water going over my head. She was young when this happened, because I'm being told young. Accidental drowning? Okay. Were you hoping for her to come through, honey? Okay, because I'm being told you were hoping for her. She's going to step in, and I'm going to take my time with this, okay? Listen, Mary, I didn't even touch the surface with your family. There was a whole long line. They stepped out so I could take this little girl because she's losing her energy, okay? And all of a sudden I'm sitting in the chair and I can feel all this gray water going over my head, and I knew that this is where I needed to come, okay? Perfect. All right, so she's gonna start to step in. Oh, she's so young. And what's with the 4, the April? I keep getting 4, 4, 4. What is that, honey? Perfect, perfect. So it's her way of validating when she passed. Do you understand it? Good, because I always want them to make me feel how the passing happened, their name, and then give me a date. So she's already making me feel the passing and the date. Do you understand it? Okay, I'm starting to feel. Listen, she's very young when this happens. Do you understand it? She's just a little girl. Okay, my guide is going to step in with her, and he's going to help her. Okay, but this hasn't been very long, but it's been a while. Do you understand it? Perfect. Good. So that's, I know it's not longevity, but I know it's not been really, really recent. Do you understand it? Okay, good. So I know that she's grown just a little bit on the other side, but I'm going to see her how she looked just before the passing happened, okay? I can feel the water going over my head. She's already given the 4 about the date, and I keep hearing that it was an accident, okay? She's so precious. I'm gonna have to back my chair up because there's I want to sit close to you, but there is a few people stepping in with her, and I'm starting to see Jesus' face. So it's their way of validating to me that he was there to take her soul. Okay? Okay. Okay, come to me, honey. I'm asking her to walk towards me. How old was she? Okay, because I feel like she's 5 or under, because I kept saying I know she's under 5 because I was holding my hand up, and I'm asking her to come walk towards me, and she's like this tall. Do you understand it? Perfect. So I'm asking her to come walk towards me. My one guide is just behind her, okay? And they had to show me Jesus' face because he was there to meet her. And I said to my guide, I know she's under 5, but I just wasn't getting her age, but I'm starting to see her, okay? Alright, she's standing right beside me, so I'm going to put my hand on my lap. I'm going to ask her to place her hand on mine, okay? And I'm just going to talk to her. My guide's saying to me that he's standing just behind her, and that he's going to help pass the information that she wants to pass. Okay? This is your son's daughter? Okay? Because she keeps saying, I feel like you're the grandmother, then there's the son, and then there's the daughter. Do you understand it? Okay. Have they not had a chance to connect with her since the passing? Because I feel like this is the first time the connection's happened at all. Do you understand it? Okay. Alright, I can hear her little voice. Alright, here's what's going to happen. They had to make me feel how old she was when she passed. Now I'm going to feel her just a little bit older. Okay? And then the passing of the words is going to come between her and my guide, okay? There wasn't any resuscitating her? Because they make me feel like there was the trying, but she was already gone? Okay. When this happens and there's a drowning or there's a car accident, and then there's people that come in and work when the passing happens, they'll make me feel this if there's somebody tries to resuscitate. Do you understand it? And then I'll know if the soul's already gone, if they made it into the ambulance or they made it to hospital. I feel like she's already gone in the moment. Do you understand it? Okay. So it's their way of making me feel the transition of when they took the soul. So that's why I started to see Jesus' face, because it just means that he took her soul. Okay? And I'm being told that it's important that you and everyone else in the family understand. This is so hard for me. She's so sweet. That she was kept from feeling any kind of pain she would have went through. And I feel like water went into the lungs, and then it's an accidental passing. And what's with the watching over? What's with the not watching when this happened? Do you understand it? It's their way of saying she wasn't being watched over. Her mom is still here. I keep being told we need to talk about the mom because she blamed herself. Do you understand it? She passed on the other side then? Okay, that's it. It's their way of validating that she's there with them, and all I keep hearing is she takes the blame for it. Do you understand it? So not only did he lose the daughter, but the woman as well. Okay. We're going to take this slow. Even though she's the only person I'm talking to, I keep being told there wasn't anybody watching over her. And then I keep being told the person's taking blame. The person's taking blame. That's all I was getting. So that's why I had to ask you. And then my guide said, no, it's our way of trying to say that she's taking the blame from the other side. Do you understand it? Even though she's not fully stepping in with the daughter. That's okay. I'm only talking to the daughter right now. Because I feel like she couldn't live with it afterwards. Do you understand it? That lead to the actions of the passing. That's why they're validating it. She could not handle that she wasn't watching over the daughter. The daughter drowned, and she's blaming herself. And then the actions leading to her passing was because of the guilt she was going over losing the daughter. Do you understand it? So this is what I'm going to say to you. You need to know that both the souls are at peace. Okay? But today is about the message from the daughter, so that way that message can be delivered to the family that's still here grieving. Do you understand it? Okay. They're saying to me that she wanted you to know that she's in heaven. That they wanted you to know that Jesus was there to take her. That the rest of the family that's here that's still suffering needs to know that both their souls are at peace. Do you understand it? Okay. And I keep hearing, I love you. Okay. Who has the engraved thing with her face on it? It's very clear to me. I see her little face, and then I know somebody has some kind of engraving. Okay, I'm going to leave that, because it very well could be him. Okay. And who's the one that released the balloons? Perfect, because they're making me feel, I'm putting the balloon in my hand, and I can feel the bottom of the string, and then I know that you guys sent balloons to heaven. Do you understand it? Perfect. Just their way of acknowledging different ways that the honor has happened because of her loss. Okay. I can hear her laughing. This is what I'm going to say to you. I know it's so hard on your family because of how young she is, and she's just such a beautiful little girl, but I can just hear her giggling. And it's just her way of making me feel the happiness that she has, and that she's safe and she's okay. Now, I know that the rest of the family has had a really hard time with this. Do you understand it? And I feel like you've done your best to support your son. But I know it's been just as hard on you, okay? When they made me feel the gray water going over my head, and I knew that there was somebody coming through for a drowning, and then they said it was a child because it's a grandchild to you, but the child is the loss of your son. Okay, when I started to feel that, I felt like it got all the way up here, and then I feel like they released her, meaning there wasn't any suffering. They didn't let her feel everything she could have felt. Do you understand it? And then I could see Jesus's face coming towards me clear as day. That's my validation that he met her soul. And I think this is just the information that they need to pass to you today to then tell the son. Do you understand it? Okay. A sign from the other side from her is butterflies. Okay. Did you guys already know that? Perfect. So I'm just going to leave it. Okay. And they're going to pull her out. I'm only going to have a couple more seconds with her, and I'm going to see if I can get anything else. Who has her little footprint saved? Because I see the walking footprints. Do you understand it? Perfect. So that's how I know that that's something saved in honor as well. Okay? Alright, she's starting to step out. I'm going to get the rest of the information from my guide, okay? Alright, he's stepping back in. Kelly, we had to bring her in when we had a chance. This is something that's been a really hard struggle for the family since the loss. We had to make you feel the water going over your head. We wanted her to have a chance to come and say hello so the healing could be offered to the family, and that they could know that her soul was at peace and Jesus was there to meet her. They need to know that she's at peace and that she's safe on the other side. That she sends butterflies as signs, and that she's sending love to the family. Okay? Now, not only is the older generations in this family praying for the family that's here because of the loss of her, but I know the family here is praying for her in heaven as well, because they're showing me the double praying hands. What side of the family is Catholic? Because I see the rosary around the one side of the hands. Perfect. Do you understand it? Meaning it's not only that side, but it's the side here, probably because of the loss of the both of them. Because they show me the double praying hands, and one set has no rosary and the other one does. That's why I had to say what side of the family. Do you understand it? Good. I know there's so much more I could have gotten about this situation, but they were making me feel like I needed to welcome her in while I had a chance, because she only had just a few minutes of energy left, meaning they gave her the support to hold her energy as long as she did. Okay? What you need to take with you today is that I just want the family that's still here, that's struggling, to understand that the suffering wasn't the way that they feel or try to replay it in their mind. Do you understand it? Okay. Are you still really supportive of your son? Okay, and he's still here, because they're saying to me he's still here? Perfect. So that's why they were saying blame as far as, and then trying to make me feel her passing. That's why they kept saying blame. Then they make me feel like he's still here, because they keep saying to me, you're still good support. Do you understand it? But I feel like he replays things in his mind and feels like there's something else that could have been done differently. And he worries what she went through. And I'm being told he worries what she went through. So you need to pass this information to him so he knows that she didn't suffer the way that he feels or thinks in his mind. Do you understand it? That Jesus was there to meet her, that they took her soul sooner than her lungs were completely filled up with the water. Do you understand it? Okay, good. All right, I'm asking him if there's anything else they could give me. I feel like the message that they gave today will be really good for him, because I think it's going to give him a little bit of peace of mind, even though I know in his heart he knows that she's in heaven. Do you understand it? But I think with him hearing and understanding about how the suffering wasn't there, and that she didn't have to go through everything that he feels in his mind that she did, I think it's going to ease his mind that much more. Do you understand it? Perfect. Good. Right. to see if I can get anything else from him really quick. I know that they're going to be shutting me down soon because I'm already feeling them, so I want to go back over to these ladies over here, and then I'll see if there's anybody else that's going to come through after that.